So British taxpayers who helped bail out two of the country's biggest banks at the height of the financial crisis may never see the money again. A group of influential MPs have warned that the £66 billion the government pays to rescue RBS and Lloyds TSB may be lost for good. Artist Sara Firth breaks down the numbers for us.
This is all focused around the Public Accounts Committee's investigation into the sale of Northern Rock. That was the bank that, if you cast your mind a couple of years back, was one of the first to get those big banking bailouts. It's estimated that from Northern Rock, the taxpayers are set to lose around £2 billion. But that's not the worst of it, because RBS and Lloyds Bank also had a lot of taxpayers' money funded into those bailouts, and the taxpayers could be set to lose a staggering £66 billion on that. It's very, very hard to wrap your head around those figures. So we're going to try and compare it, really, the amount that was put into those bailouts to what we have in the UK at the moment, spending on social welfare, such as pensions, education, healthcare and defence. These figures coming at a time when everyone here is struggling. You know, daily we're talking to people who are really, struggling to survive in the country in the midst of this very, very tough economic times. And you've kind of got this, it was a good report, a very hard-hitting report, telling us that there was a monumental collective failure, that the Treasury was unable to promptly respond because they lacked the right skills and understanding. So it really smacks a little bit of, oh, 2 billion, sorry guys, we've lost that. A further 66 billion, our bad, we weren't quite up to the job. One of the groups that were warning at the very beginning were the Taxpayers Alliance, and I'm joined now by their campaigns manager, Robert Oxley. Thank you for joining us today.
Good evening.
These types of stories always make me so angry because, every day we're covering stories where people, are struggling with the living wage in the UK. There's cuts to pensions, taxes are rising all the time. And then you have this report showing that, 66 billion could be lost. I mean, it's just hugely irresponsible with taxpayers' money, no? Well,
this report is a damning indictment of politicians. Despite their woolly words that we were going to make money out of the banks and that propping up the banks would be, it would be okay, and there was this chorus of people from both sides of the political divide saying, we need to bail out the banks. Well, ultimately, what's happened is we've lost billions of pounds on it. We have basically allowed politicians to gamble other people's money, and lo and behold, those politicians haven't got very good results, as is always the case when politicians are spending other people's money. It's incredible how often those in power manage to get every major crisis wrong, and I think we're seeing that at the moment in a rejection in the way that our politics at Westminster is out of touch. But the point here is the writing was on the wall.
Whether any lessons will actually be learned, of course, remains to be seen, but taxpayers facing those absolutely whopping losses at the moment leaves a lot of people saying, we saved the banks, who's going to save us?